good afternoon. This is Mr. Not Advice, end of the day wrap up for June 25th, 2026, Thursday. As always, this is for education and entertainment purposes only. Well, especially the NASDAQ today, wild day. And today's first 35 minutes just proved to me about all the comments I've been making, further reinforced that we've had mechanical selling going on as we have repositioning and rebalancing at the end of this quarter. And what I saw this morning were bots firing off sells and getting pressured to add more volume and more selling. And that's what drove it down when those bots hit a sell limit, which I'm sure they did, either on volume or price expansion to the downside. They got turned off. And then the market was able to rally. Tons of macro information updates came out this morning with the majority of it positive. It was good. Income and spending continue to rise. Real spending is up, but savings rate did slow. Third quarter look at Q1 GDP. That number got revised higher than expected. Initial jobless claims dropped. Durable goods orders were weak, but better than expected. Interesting. And the Kansas City Fed manufacturing up at a 4-year high, all driving the city economic surprise index almost to most recent high. That goes straight to what I've been saying about the American Excellence Trade. I think that our economy is going to get even stronger and will remain and become, with no doubt at all, the strongest economy sometime this fall, early next year. And that coincides with lower oil prices as well as lower interest rates. We had oil up today, but that was situational due to some ships turning around overnight. Supposed to be a temporary, hopefully, a temporary event. We had stocks up, some stocks, and bond prices up today. Very interesting day. Looking at stocks overnight, Micron soared overnight. Here's the overnight action. And then right in the morning, they got dumped at the open. And once that's all the sell programs were off, almost got back to its highs of the overnight. Looking at SanDisk, they give you a look at something that's just crazy. It's up 24%. That's today. Apple hiked prices and look what happened. Oh, look at that. It went down. Microsoft hiked Xbox prices due to memory costs. Same reason Microsoft did. And oh, look at that. What happened? Oh, the stock went down. Very interesting. Seeing a pattern here. We had today the NASDAQ swinging so overnight it was up 2.5%. Then we were down 1% shortly after the US Open. Then we went back up. We did have some selling return in the S&P as the day's loser, with the NASDAQ holding on to some modest gains today. In addition, we had 0DTE on the sidelines until about an hour and a half. And right at the bottom is when they started to buy the market up. As they bought it up, I mean, this is beautiful trading. They drove it up and then decided they would fade it into the close, too. Interesting. They've been fading almost every move in the last couple of days, too, we've noticed. The Dow was unable to hold 52,000 today. And to give you an idea of how crazy all of that action was, the S&P ended almost perfectly unchanged today. Mag 7 stocks massively underperformed the S&P 493, not only today, but this week. Goldman's trading desk confirmed that it feels like a continuation of funding money, with money rotating into semis and memory, and the Mag 7 right here, red. So money's flowing from Mag 7 and flowing into semis and memory. That's what their trading desk is seeing. Goldman added further notes that the market seems to underweight buyers of shortage, or those companies with high upfront capex and return on investment over several years, relative to the sellers of shortage. Those would be companies who make one-time sales, driving large near-term EPS revisions. Additionally, Goldman's trading desk noted that it was a 6 out of 10 in terms of overall activity levels, with the flow skewed slightly better for sale at minus 2.6 sell skew. Hedge funds were skewed better for sale, led by supply and industrials, healthcare, material, community, pretty much everything. Asset managers, modestly better for sale, with supply in almost everything. The dollar dipped today after 6 straight days higher, and that's what helped push price of gold higher today. The dollar is bumping up against November of 2025 highs. Crypto MicroStrategy continues its death dive ahead of a massive OPEX that will happen tomorrow. So that'll be interesting. Its preferreds continue to go down. There we go. There's the preferreds STRC. This is what Nick Carter wrote in a post on X today. What rate of return would you require to hold the riskiest part, STRC, of the teetering edifice that is MicroStrategy? Subordinated under other real debt with single asset collateral with negative convexity baked in, yields rise as the collateral sells off. Given the total lack of protections for lenders, that is clearly distressed. At 11.5% current nominal yield, STRC would have to sell off to $76.67 for a 15% implied yield, or all the way to $57.50 for a 20% implied yield. And that is why it's currently trading in the 70s. If you buy this interpretation, this is actually good for STRC in some sense, because the market isn't just, I'm still reading, because the market isn't just panicking and heading to Zeroni, but it's just sensible STRC holders demanding to be paid a little bit more for their trouble. In theory, once STRC finds its bottom and is appropriately priced for the risk, it could sit there sustainably. Interesting. Good to know. Might be a good dividend vehicle, Mr. Kerfuffle. Nevertheless, Bitcoin did crack below 60,000, and I think this weekend we'll hit 55. I do. I think there's momentum to the sell side. Looking at stocks that we own, BCS tomorrow, it popped up. We're down 18%, and it's going to need to get below this low right here, 26.97 at the open, or we're going to be out of it. I don't have any other trades open at this moment. I wanted to get into the Russell trade. We did make a new closing high as well as a new intraday high, but now we have to at least give it one more candle, because I don't want to trade this based on this candle. And if we get another higher high and higher low, that to me is chasing. This almost is borderline chasing with 3 up days in a row. So let's wait and see if we get some consolidation here. Let's look at the first 5 minutes this morning. You can see where it's evident that it's absolutely, in my mind, bots, and it's selling programs. And when they turned off, that was it. There was almost no other selling. That's the NASDAQ. This is the ES futures. This is the Russell. Oops. It was strong, and then they got turned on. So looking at, let's look at just an example of the first 5 minutes. Look at Meta. I mean, they were selling that very heavily. And that's a 15-point drop this morning. Micron. Heavy selling. As soon as that selling pressure got turned off, the market was free to trade on its own, and that's why we recovered the way we did. So POSC looking for support here. If we do get a bouncer, I'll be looking to write July call or July puts. So hopefully we get a bounce and a reversal on this. A low close doji would be fantastic. I also will look to trade this if it's a low close doji. And I am waiting on the Russell to break. I'm going to want at some point to get long again. Maybe DRAM on another breakout and or the MAG 7. And of course, we'll continue to trade what comes off the website too. So I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
They ain't got no muscle, no hustle, no backbone. I stand alone, not tripping, just saying I'm different. Ain't hanging on.